Hello, and welcome to episode 123 of Millennial Movie Talk. And I'm Christian, and I'm back, and I'm joined by Michael over here.
Hello.
Steph over here.
Hello.
Braden over here.
Hello.
And last but, of course, not least, Alex over
me.
here in his little chair.
Michael's in the same chair.
Yeah, but I don't know. Alex is just looking real humble over there, real happy. Nice little boy, ready to talk about movies.
That word doesn't normally sit with him.
What, humble or boy? Or little?
He's got his nice little sweater
Humble
on.
was the one I was sitting on.
How have you been, Chris?
I'm humble.
I've been good.
Been
You know,
good?
How
My
was the
last track
Soren?
just went
We've been
viral.
around, we've been soaring down trees, been thinking about possibly planting future trees, hopefully. And,
I would hope so.
You know, koalas might go extinct, so
That's a
watch on that.
That's a big one.
That's sad.
We're on koala watch.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of movies as well.
Ooh.
That's what we're here for.
I'm sure we'll get into that.
Yeah.
There's been some exciting stuff this past week for those who partake in the late 90s, early 2000s. And that's the resurrection of a certain film franchise.
What's that one, Alex?
Could you also say it's been reloaded?
It's also been reloaded. And what's the last? Revolution?
Revolutions.
Is that the third one?
It's been, it's been
Resurrection?
revolved.
No, it's the new one.
Yeah.
It's been reloaded, revolved, and now resurrected.
Matrix Revolution. Yeah, it has to be Revolutions.
Yeah,
It's
I think it's
Revolutions,
Revolutions.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so new Matrix.
yeah. The new Matrix.
If you don't get the knowledge, then
We're the best
you're
at
in the wrong
this.
place.
This one's Resurrections.
Well, it's just
Resurrection.
mainly
We're
'cause,
confident.
Like, I don't know what to say about this because it's just like the
God.
movie. There's basically no plot so far. Everyone doesn't know who everyone is,
Yep.
and I've only ever seen the first Matrix.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
I've only ever seen the first Matrix. It was
Okay.
back when we were in year 10. So
In
that's-
action.
That's 2013.
Can you explain where you saw this? Because this is
School.
weird. Yeah, what
In
in,
religion.
I saw it
class.
before school.
in religion?
Yes.
It's weird as shit.
I'd
I
seen
like
it
the
before
very
school.
weird.
Last time I watched it was school, though.
The teacher's trying to come up with a curriculum. It's like, we can't just teach Christianity. What's
We-
an
we
alternative?
also watched
Fuck it, we'll
Narnia.
show them the Matrix.
Did also
It's
watch
unbelievable. In my
Make 'em
religion class,
sort of
I
go
had to
towards
sit
it.
there
Yeah.
for like hours watching Brides of Christ, the ABC series. Yeah.
We've watched some things in religion. We've watched Prince of Egypt. We've
Oh,
watched,
that's the best though.
Narnia, of course.
We watched
uh,
Matrix.
yeah, okay.
Matrix.
We watched Schindler's List.
Wait, Narnia?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Narnia's religious.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
Chris, do you not know how?
of course.
They find a way. They find a way to stitch
They're
religion.
slippery,
into
the
it.
religion.
I'm glad
people.
that in religion class we discussed the lore behind Narnia.
I was going to say would never had a religion class in your life.
No, never.
Oh, you've missed out.
Life is my religion
Neither you,
class.
Braden.
C.S. Lewis has some serious stuff for
Did you do
Okay.
religion?
I went to a Christian school. Thank you very
so
much.
we did do religion. Oh, we went to Catholic.
I certainly did religion. I didn't do it as hard as you guys because by about year 7 they sort of go, none of you care.
They go harder as it goes.
Yeah,
like
nah.
the religions do.
Yeah,
We kind of did it in primary school. We did have the local church group come in like once a month or so and do a play. And that was like, hey, cool.
See, you guys, you're Christianity, so you guys follow the priest where you go hard young.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Then,
Yes,
and
yeah.
then
I think you're
That's
mixing it
what
up because Catholics definitely do go hard young too.
oh, they do, but with us, they waited till we're older a bit before they planted the seeds.
They
when
actually-
they're young, they like to plant their seeds in the youth.
At our
yep.
school, they tried to teach us
Okay.
religion was more like the class was about religion in general, not necessarily Catholicism.
Not a
We learned
certain
about,
one.
We learned about
We
Islam.
did learn about different things, but let's
Only
get-
late.
Yeah,
only
speaking of
late
being
in
red
life.
pilled
Anyway,
on
Also,
religion.
there's some other
This
shit
isn't a
that people
religious
might believe
podcast.
about.
Oh, can we get religious?
But
I hated my religion teacher.
But anyway, everybody, if you
I-
do have the time, we can talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves
That's
is
who I'm
back.
referring to.
Keanu Reeves has got
Totally. I
Good
mean,
segue,
his
Michael.
long
it wasn't.
hair.
I wasn't talking about actually Jesus. I mean, what?
Michael.
Well-
we'll talk about your walk with Christ later.
I'm sure Keanu Reeves will be saving us in this new Matrix, but we don't know what's
It looks
going on.
like he may have to save himself.
Yes.
As I can't
perhaps.
remember heaps that happened in the first movie, but this does look like it looks really good.
Yeah.
and like it's a very good trailer. I like the music behind the trailer.
This film definitely it knows that everyone's favorite Matrix movie is the first one, so it's very much taking
I like the
elements from
video
the first
game.
one.
Thank you very much.
The
Where
video
Morpheus
games are
dies.
There's some really good
fantastic.
Matrix video
Path
games.
of Neo and Enter the Matrix. Oh,
Morpheus dies in one of
some
them,
good
doesn't
shit. Yeah, and they filmed actual shit on set purely for the video game. It was groundbreaking at the
I
time.
never owned the game. It was the kid like up a couple of houses up the street, so I'd like go to his house every now and again,
Yep.
and we'd start the game all over again with the choose the pill.
It's the best. It's so good. Now, a fun thing for this, if any of you guys know about this, I think Alex knows about it. Do you guys know about the initial marketing campaign for the original Matrix?
Enterthematrix.com.
So what is thematrix.com?
There's two.
There was two. So what is thematrix.com was an old website back in the day when the internet was still very new.
Yep.
And majority of the Matrix's entire marketing campaign existed on just this website. And it did not give you any details about the film in any way, shape, and form. It was weird shit constantly. And they redid it again for this movie. Before the trailer came out, 2 days beforehand, they put up whatisthematrix.com, and you could choose the blue pill or the red pill. And depending on what you chose, depending on what time you chose it, and depending on if you reloaded the page, you would get different clips and different photos from the movie.
And also,
cool.
the
Okay, that's
person
cool.
would tell you what time you're in, exact time. Like the voiceover would happen, and then the actor doing it would be like, "It's 8:25,"
It's
and it'd be actually 8:25.
it's so cool that
really
they've
cool.
brought this original marketing scheme back.
It's also the
awesome.
guy that plays Morpheus too, who's doing the voiceover.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you think about how many times he had to sit there and say
my
all the
God.
times.
Yeah, he would have been sitting there for a while trying to smash that out. But he looks great in this trailer. Anyway, let's talk about this trailer. It's weird and cryptic as shit. We got Neil Patrick Harris. We got fucking Jonathan Groff. We got Yaya. We got all these new people coming
Only
in.
one of the sisters is doing it. Though.
Yes,
the other one,
so it's just Lana.
Lana.
And then the other one said that they were very burnt out after, transitioning and working on a bunch of other shit. And they were like, I need a break.
They've made some shitty films.
Well, they've done a fair bit. They did that Netflix series.
They did Jupiter Ascending.
They did Jupiter Ascending. They did
Jupiter
Sense.
Ascending.
Is it Sense 8? I never watched
I know
it.
what you're talking
They've made
I've
about.
heard,
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
That was a Wachowski one.
They've made some poo.
Yeah, but Speed Racer
Okay.
still slaps.
Never seen it.
I never got
I
it.
recommend it. It's wild.
Still remember all the marketing.
I remember all the marketing. I just never saw
Even
it.
as a kid, I was just like,
Dude,
Yeah,
Speed
yeah, I
Racer.
wasn't
I
interested.
was
Yeah.
never into it.
Speed Racer
It looked kinda lame, I don't know.
insane. Speed Racer does what they wanted to do with the original Matrix. They're like imposter shots they did.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a sequence in Speed Racer. There's so much CG in Speed Racer, and it hasn't aged incredibly well, but they commit to it so hard. There's an entire sequence where Speed and Trixie are racing up a windy hill, and she's in the car behind him, and they're talking to each other over their like communicators or whatever. And it is on a close-up of Speed, and then the camera goes slightly to the right and then stops in place so that the other car catches up, and then is a close-up on Trixie, and then it fires back to go back to Speed. It's wild.
Okay.
It's insane. I don't know. They commit.
Speed and Trixie, eh?
That's
I like
it.
Speed as a name.
I don't mind Trixie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very interested. Dan's incredibly excited for The Matrix. He fucking loves The Matrix. I was talking about it with him at work. He's absolutely nutted. He's so excited, especially by that shot of the girl jumping from the building, landing on the corner of the other building,
cool.
and it like breaking, and then her firing off the other side. Looks sick.
Nice. Speaking of, never mind. I'm not going to do it.
You're not going to do it? Oh.
I was going to talk about South Park.
Oh, of course.
No.
Because we brought up Speed Racer and it reminded me of the episode in South Park where they did the wacky races.
Yeah.
Race. It's like, what's Dick Dastardly going to do this time?
Rascals.
We did get another trailer. This one is very holiday themed. It just came out, and it's Disney Plus and Marvel's Hawkeye.
Yes.
How's everyone feeling about this Christmas romp?
I
It
love
looks
that.
okay.
I love that slow Christmas jingle.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
creeping
Trailer.
in. We're on that Christmas creep. It's September.
I like Christmas.
Atmosphere.
You know,
We haven't even had Halloween yet.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
November 24th.
I don't know if I'd go so far to say I liked it. I don't know. I guess Hawkeye was never like, I know it's not really about him, but he was
Yeah,
never
he's
my
kind of
favorite
shy.
originally. And now I'm just sort of, I'm over it.
I'm
You know-
excited because he went and murdered a bunch of people during the 5 years. So I'm
Mm.
excited to see how they deal with all that.
Yeah,
we got
because
Captain America and we got Iron Man and Hawkeye has a bow.
and there's
that's
a
cool.
can we talk about the best part of the trailer, which
Steve
is
Rogers the musical.
Rogers the musical?
Yes.
The Hamilton.
Best
It's
thing in the world,
Hamilton.
the yellow background with Rogers with the shield,
It's just
and
the dude doing the big spin
and
a
they,
big
yeah, the one
smile.
shot, and all the people dressed as all the Avengers. We have to have a full musical number.
Yeah, I'm not
We
throwing
have
away
to.
my shield.
It's gonna be so good.
He's actually a
Someone-
writer on this one.
Yeah, someone did one. They did the full beginning to In the Heights.
Oh my god.
You know, it's like, I am Steve Rogers. You probably haven't heard.
Oh my god.
It's good.
I'm very excited by the prospect of it. We got Lucky the Pizza Dog is there
Reddit's
as
a
well.
great thing. course.
And my favorite shot in the whole thing, other than the musical, is the shot where he smashes the window, catches a Molotov
Molotov and
cocktail,
throws it
and
back.
throws it straight back. That's the most badass shit
I
I've
think
seen
it's just
in a while.
because it's the Christmas when he's going down the zip line with the bow. All I can think of in my head is this is some Die Hard shit.
Yeah,
Hell
it's done.
yeah. Hell yeah.
I think it's
it's gonna have that
Christmas
vibe.
scene and, yeah.
It's gonna have that vibe. It'll be interesting to see Hawkeye have his shot. Hopefully, it's better than doing Black Widow too late. But this is introducing a new Hawkeye, so I think it will run well on that merit.
The more I think about Black Widow, just the more I do not like that film.
Yeah, well, it just
Especially after other stuff we've had recently.
so many years too late. So many years.
I
Too
mean,
late.
Also, the
when it
film just
comes
wasn't
out,
good.
When it comes out for free, I will watch it just to
And you'll get it.
see.
You'll be like, oh, I understand now.
Yeah. I think I
Is it
can
not
understand
available to
from.
watch for free yet? What was it that came out recently? Was it Cruella?
Yeah, Cruella
Yeah.
came out. And you can
Cruella's
finally
great.
watch Cruella.
Yeah, I can finally watch Cruella.
I still haven't seen it.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's
weird.
We talked about
It's
the
weird.
dog murdering.
But like,
You did-
strangely,
you did
kind of
ruin it for
liked
me.
it.
Oh,
There's nothing to ruin, really. But
I asked if it was okay, and I got permission,
yes, that's true.
and I have ruined. Yeah, so yeah, it looks fine. It looks good. I'm excited for Hawkeye, just because like we haven't really had a bad Marvel show yet out of the three we've had.
Mm.
So what? What?
No,
what?
no.
Yeah,
Nothing to say.
WandaVision's
And
still
they got
my
a
least
good track-
favorite.
They got a good track record.
Yeah, they're going pretty strong so far.
What If continues to be the best, even though the latest episode was just fine.
Yeah, the latest episode
So
was exactly what you'd expect from a zombie
It was
thing.
fine.
There's a lot of action, and it's fine.
Kind of some parts are kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's what it is.
Wasp gets turned into a zombie.
Yeah.
And she stays giant instead of maybe just shrinking herself before she dies, so
Yeah.
that it doesn't cause an issue
Yeah.
when she comes back as a zombie. She's like, why wouldn't you shrink? You're just making it harder for everyone when you come
Yeah.
back as a big zombie.
Yeah.
She's like, that made me mad. I'm just like, just shrink.
It's good fun. It's good fun. It's actually incredibly close to the Marvel zombies from the comic, which is weird.
We're
I
here to
wasn't
lull,
expecting
so
it to
what are
be.
we talking about?
I want to quickly mention a special shout out to an actor who he appeared in a franchise a while ago, and he's back in a new video game from Marvel and Insomniac Studios, Spider-Man 2,
Oh,
Venom,
right.
voiced by Tony Todd.
Yes, Tony Candyman.
How good his voice is amazing.
Candyman.
We got what four things? 'Cause
Oh, we got Wolverine as well,
Wolverine's coming out
We
too.
got Star Wars Knights of the
It's
Old
gonna be
Republic.
sick.
And they're all
Yeah, remake. Yeah.
or PlayStation.
they're all PlayStation. No,
And what
the
was
the
the-
two Marvel ones are PlayStation 5 exclusives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the? There's the four. What we did say? What the other
Gran
one?
Turismo.
No.
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo looks fun.
No,
Did you see the GTA 5 trailer, including the line, "We're going to make out like bandits on this one"? That's some bullshit.
Hasn't GTA 5 already come out?
It's been out on now 3
2013.
consoles.
It's been out since
I
2013.
was going to say, I have it. It's
I have
Yeah,
it.
because-
I play it on PS5, and like I'm excited to not like I play on PS5. It works well on PS5.
Yeah.
So
It's insane.
I don't know why they're bringing out this new PS5 one. Probably get on sale
Yeah.
eventually, but I'm not going to go out to
But,
buy
like,
it.
we
So I'll
got-
just keep
we
playing
got-
the PS4 version
we
of
get
PS5
now?
same
Spider-Man
storyline. What's the
2.
point?
because
No,
it's
God
one
of
of the
War.
biggest
God of
games
War.
ever.
God of War. That's right.
It's like GTA 5 is.
It's doing what Skyrim did. It's just continuously just bringing out new ports of the game, like just so it's like updated graphics.
We getting PS5 Skyrim?
Hell yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
What you been watching?
Oh,
Do I have to click the two?
Yeah, you've been.
sure.
Empire of the Sun, Christian Bale.
Oh, it's been a while.
Young Silence, Hacksaw Ridge, Andrew Garfield, Dust Boot, Submarine, Rudy's on a winning team, Brad Pitt, Fury, and
Getting a
Glory
full listen.
Bastards.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
It's been a long time.
Steph, you got to get into it. Everybody else.
Everyone
is.
dance. Everyone dance.
Can't.
Get it.
I cringe.
Get it.
What's that? Here's a game. Christian can't remember names.
Kurosawa, Samurai, John Hammers, FBI,
Gladiator,
Joaquin,
Joaquin,
Rami Malek,
Sin Queen.
Spielberg, Private Ryan. Why did Tom Hanks have to die? Welcome to Christian's Corner.
games and learning.
It'll keep you yearning.
This
Is Christian's Corner.
Don't try to fight it
it,
because you can't deny it. Bum, bum.
The return, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll say,
Here we are.
I'll say, before we do this, Steph, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, you
I
just suck the fun
I
out of
didn't
everything.
expect the whole thing to happen. I
Ladies
just
and
couldn't
gentlemen,
stop
Steph isn't
cringing.
getting paid this month.
No, absolutely
She hasn't been
not.
getting
Not
paid
when-
any month because
no.
none of us have been getting paid.
all
But
right.
if we were getting paid, she wouldn't give me money.
The
True.
lyrics.
Like you
the
can at
lyrics
least
are
just do a
very
little
clever.
jig. You're just sitting there.
I think I was tapping. I was like doing
No,
this.
Because that
Might
comes
have
across
been-
on camera.
Yeah,
That's
and
all
we'll
right.
have to check.
I
the
was also
camera.
tapping
just to confirm that.
Can we get a...
slow mo.
Yeah.
VAR.
I want the picture-in-picture. I want us to still be in the corner, but that's so much editing work. Don't do that.
Replay.
Is this where you get like the circle going and everything?
Yes.
What have you been watching?
Well, look. Welcome,
to the next
audience,
to the next
Alex,
5
Michael.
hours of this program.
Brayden, Not maybe Steph isn't welcome into the corner this week.
No, didn't dance. You got to do a dance.
You got to
in the corner.
dance.
And
You
you
gotta-
gotta
Were you
yeah.
dancing?
Yes.
I was doing.
He was
I
swaying,
did
but he was
sung a
singing.
few lines. You know, it's
Okay.
my
He was
corner
singing.
I
as
don't know
well.
the words.
Sing.
I would have sung if I knew the words.
My
I don't
corner.
know
You've heard
the
it
words.
enough.
Kurosawa Samurai, John Hammond's FBI.
Yeah. So I think the corner this week is you imagine the photo of Charlie Day connecting, like the beautiful mind connecting the whiteboard. That's the corner
Pepe
this
Sylvia.
week. Because I think we're going to talk about some JFK.
JFK blown away. What else
JFK's
do we have
blown
to
away.
say?
Exactly.
Boy.
And that's the 1991 movie by Oliver Stone, which is excellent. I think
Great film.
Alex has seen it.
Yes, I told you to watch it.
Yes, Alex told me to watch it, and it
I was
changed
like,
my life.
halfway through watching this, I was like, this is Chris's film.
This is
This
Yeah.
is
This is a
Chris
Chris film.
So yeah, this one is it's based on a book written by a DA who tried to go after people for the JFK conspiracy.
One of the only people
like
to
the
do it.
only official kind of person to do that.
He still has only
Yeah.
brought he's like brought the first person to trial for murder or conspiracy to murder.
Damn.
So all the people not taking all that stuff seriously. Look, an elected DA went to trial. Like there was a trial. You know, tracking them down. So
They trial, nothing happened.
yeah,
Yeah.
As far as how important the movie is, because in the version of the movie I watched, because I didn't realize it was on Netflix when Alex told me to watch it, it actually says at the end that they got some real legislation happening
Yeah.
because of as a
They
result
gave
of the
you an
film.
updated thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So I think it's a very
What version
important.
did you watch? Where did you watch?
I got
The
it.
uncut
The
version.
interwebs, 1080p, very nice.
So what? I remember you talking about what's the angle of like refresh? What's the angle they take with this movie? Like of the
So
events?
it's essentially the real events of the assassination, but it's more so just following the story of this prosecutor and his story.
what's
Yeah.
like obviously like the common one is that just Lee Harvey Oswald did it, like lone gunman. They
Yeah,
don't,
so
they don't
That's
take
what the
that-
government wants you to think.
that's
Essentially,
that- okay, yeah, that's
after
what
it
they
happened,
want, yeah.
the government
That felt weird.
there was I think it's called the Warren Commission.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
the official
They looked-
investigation,
Yeah.
and the official investigation is lacking entirely in entire areas
Yeah.
where they didn't
'Cause
do
it's-
proper investigation at
Yeah.
all. So
Because they
this-
kind of just seem to pull this
yeah.
guy out of nowhere. Then
Yeah.
also got killed.
No, so Lee Harvey Oswald is involved, and there's a
Oh,
lot to
okay,
go in
okay,
about on
okay.
him, okay? But he's involved in the community, you know,
Yeah.
but not necessarily involved in this.
He's like a
event.
fool guy.
But yeah,
Yeah,
essentially
okay,
the whole
okay.
story, yeah. So we're following this prosecutor who actually tried to investigate it, following the government's
Yeah.
bullshit investigation. And yeah, as much as the film is important because of the real world events, it's also just a really well made film. Like it's 3.5 hours, right?
Pacing's incredible.
Didn't notice, obviously. We're in the investigation. We go into the courtroom. And we're only, what, halfway through the movie? You go into the courtroom, Alex? Would you say?
Oh, nah, the last hour maybe.
Last hour? And that's just...
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's some of my favorite. I'm a sucker for courtroom shit.
It's slow burn for the first half an hour, maybe. And then we're
Yeah.
burning and we're going into
I
an
think-
inferno by
I
the
think
end.
The
like,
movie from the Mr.
yeah.
X meeting forward is the film just goes.
yes. I mean, this movie's like you start at the back of your chair, halfway through your little forward.
You just
I'm going to lose the microphone, but then by the end, you're over here, and you're out here, and then you're falling off your chair because what the hell? They got it. They got him.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's just and Costner is amazing.
Yep.
The trial scene is incredible. His monologues in that are like they had me as a non-American up ready to salute and everything because it's just so beautiful.
Yep.
Did it win
And
any
you-
awards? When it-
Screenplay, I believe it won.
Yeah.
It won
I-
a few. It
I
won
was
a couple.
surprised I haven't heard of this one, and that made me think like, whoa,
Was
are they covering this?
Bury it.
I mean, the powers that be wouldn't want me to have seen this movie.
like
It's crazy because like it's just like the government is shady as fuck.
yeah, like to be
Yeah,
fair, like
yeah.
I'm surprised that like something like this, like pretty much like going like showing like someone going after the government and what they said was even like allowed to.
Yeah, well, they
out.
destroyed the man's reputation. I guess there's something that still makes him credible, as the author of the book about this whole story and his investigation, is that after they destroyed his investigation, he actually survived the charges that the government tried to lay against him, which was this stupid like defamation, perjury thing, which was obviously just trying to silence him. and he survived that and got elected as a judge,
Yeah.
Damn.
by the people. So it's good to know
So it's not like
the
it's not
people
like
still have
For
the
the people,
power.
for the
Yeah, the people still have the power to keep him in charge, even though a lot of higher ups were trying to actively
like,
destroy him
silence him,
during
yeah.
the trial, after the trial. Yeah, and he survived. So some part of
Like
the system,
destroys his relationship with his wife.
yes, some part of the system works.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's just all round great film. It's like when I went to go watch it, I saw it was 3.5 hours long, and I went, I'm gonna see how long I can get into this. It was like a self challenge,
yeah.
and then like I was just like, fuck, this is good.
Yeah, and I said to Alex, it's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But that's in terms of how important it is,
Oh, yeah.
as well as just it's very well made. Yeah,
And then there's just like a bunch of like scenes that would just like make you quiver, send a chill up your spine, just because like how disgusting they are.
Mm.
And
and
not from a gore aspect, but like from a fuck.
yeah,
Like,
there's a scene in particular. I was broke into tears during it and stopped watching for a little while. Like honestly, me and Alex spoke about it.
yeah.
Yeah, if you see the movie, you'll enjoy it, and it's very disturbing. Yeah,
Yeah.
If you follow the story as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
But I think we can finish on a fun note because, speaking about Kevin Costner and talking about freedom and America
Oh no, you're not
reminded
talking
me of another movie
Oh boy.
called The Postman.
I haven't seen
We
it.
could talk about Gone Girl.
So you know how
Yeah,
we
I was
have,
gonna say,
you know
it's
how we
the
have
Postman.
you know how we have the Red Fort for all the Robert. That's my Robert Redford movie club.
Now
Which we're all a part of, and the Patreons.
Now we've got the Costner Club.
Now it's Costner's Corner.
Costner's
The
Corner.
Costner Corner
I can
So-
get behind that.
within
Chris
Christian's
and I
Corner.
went to go see Reminiscence, which you haven't spoken about.
yeah.
And before we go, when I got sushi, and he decided to just tell me
About the Postman.
Postman. Go
Look,
on.
I'll be quick.
You're
I'll
not
be quick.
excited.
All right. This movie should be a Fallout game. It's essentially Kevin Costner wandering through post-apocalyptic America, and he's seriously wandering. There's not much plot. He's wandering.
What is
And that's what makes it feel like a Fallout game, because it honestly feels like he gets somewhere, meets a bunch of people, and they come into the plot way later on, much like in a Fallout game, when you're like, oh, it's this faction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is his whole thing just to deliver a message in post?
No.
Oh.
So he's just wandering. He runs into this kind of post-apocalyptic army called the 88s or something, and they come into it. They're there,
they
led by a crazy man called Bethlehem,
Oh.
who loves Shakespeare. It's great, Alex. Who else would you have lead a post-apocalyptic army?
Actually, no, you
Anyway.
kind of piqued my interest.
And
in
it's
that
only
one.
called the Postman because he finds a US postal truck, a post bag, and some mail, and he decides to deliver the mail
Oh dear.
from and every town he gets to, they're like, oh, it's a postman. He's like, yeah, the government's back, and we're starting the postal service. Hope things are getting better.
Okay.
And every town he goes to, they're like, yeah, things are getting better. The government's back.
And it's
a
just this man
postman,
who's just found some.
and it's a lie. It's all a lie.
Oh my god.
But it brings hope, and he enjoys the lie because it brings other people hope. And
So
then
you like
When
this
was
movie?
this movie? When was it
You like
made?
this movie?
okay,
not
so
great.
Okay.
I've got some facts about this movie for
now
everyone.
that I've-
When was it
now that
made?
I've sold
So,
it to you,
this-
it doesn't deserve the selling I just
I'm
gave
about
it.
to burst some bubbles here because someone might be listening to this being like, I might check this out.
I'm like that. I'm going to check this out.
I would like to treat you all to my findings off an initial Google search. This is a 1997 film, produced, directed, and starring Kevin Costner.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Hey,
that
sit
makes
down,
it better.
Dances with Wolves.
That
This
makes
is
it
a
better.
complete Kevin Costner joint. And I would like to draw everyone's attention to not only its 3-hour runtime,
Guessing 20%
3
Rotten
hours.
Tomatoes.
that's rich
Oh no.
because it is sitting at an 8%.
Okay.
Where do you find these
It
movies?
was on Netflix. It was on Netflix. And look,
Yeah, but
Netflix
what
needs to clean
deep,
house.
dark recesses of Netflix do you journey to?
this is what it suggests to me. Like when that goes on Netflix, Netflix shoves
watching
that
Gods
Yeah,
in
he's-
general.
front
I was
page.
gonna say-
Front page. Netflix like The Postman, Kevin Costner.
Because it knows you.
Christian's Netflix would be like if my non-nor was to watch Netflix.
You just
Everything
watch
that
the
it would
first thing that
recommend.
spotlights. Because that's why you're talking
You
about
give
the
me-
Lighthouse.
you
Because
give
the
me-
Lighthouse is just put it on there, so you watch that.
Postman. I'm gonna watch it. I
Oh
mean,
my god.
he brings hope back to America.
Did it bring hope to you?
Yeah, it did a little bit. And then,
Right.
and literally, that's why it would be a great Fallout game because you got this army, you got the postman. They kind of become a faction because these kids like get excited and they actually start the U.S. Postal Service, and they wear little American flags.
It looks
great.
It looks like
I've seen
Great.
that.
hot trash.
So on
Family Guy
Fallout,
made a joke of
in
it.
Fallout,
Really?
yeah, in Fallout 4, there's a postman's uniform you can purchase on the in the shop, and it's pretty much that. Yeah.
That's great.
Have you
That's a
done that yet?
Good reference.
No, but they need to make just a little DLC for Fallout, which is just this universe. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's called Death Stranding. Where you deliver the post, and that's the whole
yeah,
deal.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. We watched some other great movies, but do we have time for them?
Yeah, we
when
can
we've
watch.
got
You talk about
stuff like
Reminiscence. Do you want to
Postman?
give your quick thoughts on Reminiscence?
I'm
We heard-
assuming
We
you've
heard
said.
Alex's last
Yeah.
week or the week before,
I
one
mean,
or two.
me and Alex were just circle jerking the same point. Like they introduced this beautiful world, and they're like, oh, it's always nighttime because it's too hot, and like, oh, this city's flooded, and it's like a cyberpunk flooded city. This is cool. And then every scene is in daytime, and we never see it again.
Oh.
Yeah.
The water never comes into it.
Never.
It never
Yeah,
influences
spoke,
the plot.
He spoke about the world building on
Yeah.
this awesome world, which it all goes to shit because they're outside all the time.
Yeah, the flooded
the day.
world. The flooded world. The water never influences the plot.
Never.
There's one scene when they have a fight and they end up swimming in some water, but that's borderline influencing the fight.
Yeah.
And throughout the rest of the movie, it doesn't even influence the locations.
What about?
They show us this like giant rich island where all the rich people live here, and they have a great drainage pot because they're so rich. And then it shows this massive CGI backdrop, and then just cuts close into
To
a
a-
mansion's lawn. So
Yeah.
we never see any of that cool shit again. This could just be a mansion anywhere.
What about the scene where he reminiscence about a reminiscence?
That's the best scene in the movie.
Yeah, it's
is
amazing.
Inception
We
reminiscence.
we clapped.
We did. Yeah.
I reckon we pissed off everyone in the theater because like it got to
All
like
4 of them.
half an hour into the film, and I'm just like, I'm gonna talk to Chris.
'Cause I assume you explained how the reminiscence viewing area goes.
Yeah, it's like the hologram type thing, but he can interact with
It's like
the
a hologram deck.
Yeah,
And we see him watching it,
Yeah.
and then we zoom back,
Yeah.
and he's part of the deck,
And-
and he's
and
there
he's watching
watching that
himself
himself watching the reminiscence.
I clapped. It was brilliant,
Sounds
Yeah.
fantastic.
and that's the movie.
And that's
Yeah.
the movie.
See, all reminiscence just all kind of convolutedly came together in the end, and it just didn't deserve it. It was just like, oh, it's landed, and oh, whoa.
There's one great scene. That,
Okay.
It's like one scene that's like it would be amazing if I cared about the film.
Exactly. Like it really landed, but there was nothing.
I didn't
nothing-
care about the
no meat.
relationship he had with this woman.
Yeah, exactly.
It's understandable.
Enough said about reminiscence.
That's it. But
Yep.
So you've had some highs and lows in the time you were away.
Yep. Join us next week. Kevin Costner fans, watch Waterworld.
I've heard people reference Waterworld a bunch, and I know nothing about it.
Costner's Corner.
Yeah.
Welcome to Costner's Corner.
Yep.
Oh, we
Still
had to
waiting-
watch a Kevin Costner film. We were for a
Wait,
press
if-
screening. What was it?
Oh yeah, yep. It's the one we got. We got to watch
Crap.
at home.
Yeah,
Let it go. Let her go.
Let-
or let them go. Or let they go.
something
Or
like that. Hold
something.
on a
It's got
second.
the first
What?
word is let. The second word is the third word is go. And there's
Let
one in
him
the middle.
go.
Let him go.
I can't
Is it
even
Let
think
Him
of
Go?
any
It was
other.
very boring.
I didn't mind it.
It's starring Maren
Kevin
Parkin.
Costner. Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Any
Yeah.
other Kevin Costner starring you can even think of?
Man of Steel.
It's a real 90s. He was a real in that era
was
in the
big
90s.
for a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Hidden Figures, I guess, is one.
These are modern ones. I
yeah.
haven't seen him.
Yeah. What did he do for a while?
I'm
I
on
don't
it.
know.
Yeah,
It's
like Field of
90s.
Dreams,
That's on our list. I can't
Robin
wait. I
Hood.
really hope we get that.
Robin Hood.
Oh,
in
Robin
Tights.
Hood, Men in Tights.
I've
Yep.
never seen
I
it.
forgot about
He's
that.
been
one.
Bodyguard.
He's been in the
The
TV show
Bodyguard. Have you seen The
Yellowstone.
Bodyguard? That's
No.
like the classic, The
I
Bodyguard.
haven't seen that
I
one.
haven't seen that either.
I haven't either, but it's like the classic Kevin
It's
Costner
the
movie.
Should that
classic.
be on the list? Michael, have you seen The
It's
Bodyguard?
the one where
No,
she
I have not.
sings.
Braden, have
I
you
will
seen The
always love
Bodyguard?
you.
Put it on the list.
Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
I've seen the final scene.
Okay, so should we that quickly insert that to classic call
Yep,
outs?
chuck it on. Sure.
Are we
If
gonna
that
insert-
is what we roll this week, that's just gonna.
I won't roll it.
Chill.
We'll wait. We'll give it a week.
All right.
Yeah, give it a week. Sorry, Christian.
So what else have we
That's
all been
fine.
watching?
I would like to thank our incredible patrons. The wonderful folks who help support this show with their wonderful money that they send to us so that we can, keep the show going and not fall apart at the seams. It did, in fact, pay for Chris's surgery that he needed. All
That's
of
why
it.
you were gone for so long.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
He had to reattach his pinky toe.
Can't lose
But
that one.
I'd like to thank
Balance was all off for a week.
Yeah.
the wonderful folks, Jack Perry and Mark Fleer.
Joe Perry Muffler.
Jack Perry Muffler.
Jack Perry Marfley.
Joe Perry, Mark Flair.
Thank you so much. And you can chuck us a buck or two over on patreon.com
Or 7.
/
You know what? Mark Perry.
Millennial Movie Time.
Jai Fle- No, I just stuffed it up.
Mark
Mark Flair,
Perry,
Jai
Jai-
Perry.
Are you trying to ship them?
Yeah, maybe.
Mike Larry.
They've got something in common.
Oh,
Only two
that's true.
people in the universe do.
And you can get all of the behind-the-scenes stuff like our pre-shows and our... what are they called?
Not post shows. We don't do that. Just
Commentary
pre-shows.
tracks.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
We
of.
don't do
Commentary-
that much
Did
anymore.
Braden
They're
just like skip? Like, did his brain
They're
just
seasonal.
skip a
They're
bit?
seasonal
Yeah,
commentary
my
tracks.
brain just died.
You know, or when Alex is in lockdown, he'll record too.
Yeah, exactly. When we don't want Alex
Sporadic
back in
commentary
lockdown.
tracks.
But you can help support the show, and we'd really appreciate it.
Go, Chris.
I still want Michael to
Mhm.
do a Meet the Parents commentary track.
Oh,
But I would
yeah.
also like you to watch it with all your attention. So
Meet
I don't know.
those
We'll see.
parents.
Has he not seen it? Or?
No, he hasn't
No.
seen it.
Really?
Good movie. Anyway, I've been watching some things. Not a lot. We got a quick. This week again, I watched yet another 9/11 documentary.
Was it the one that was on like a current affair?
No.
My-
Last week I watched The Turning Point, which was a
Mhm.
5-part Netflix documentary series about kind of 9/11 and then how they handled the aftermath. I watched Apple TV's new documentary this week called 9/11 Inside the President's War Room,
Okay.
which is an hour and a half. And it features interviews from pretty much the whole White House staff and the presidential, like the Secret Service, Bush to Dick
Jesus.
Cheney.
What, Dick Cheney's speaking on it?
Yeah, they got everyone in there. It basically recounts the day from beginning to end, for like of what George was up to, what good old George was doing, and that's 9/11. Something that you see the footage of, and it still just doesn't like you still don't process it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like it's like a movie. It's just like I can't believe that. Like you can't.
Yeah,
like
like,
how's
you
that
don't
real?
It's
think
hard
it's
to
real.
understand, yeah.
Yeah,
Legitimately, it wasn't until the other year when I explained to my sister, who was born a month after 9/11, I legitimately explained to her, I was like, have you ever seen the footage of what actually happened? And she was like, no, I've only really heard people talk about it. And I was like, oh my God. So I showed her the footage.
it's insane.
Like the
Because I
actual
feel
plane
like
hitting.
it's something that you need
get
to
chills just
understand
thinking
and
about it.
comprehend. And as she was watching it, she was like, this is real?
Yeah.
Like, this is
Like,
actually
I can
the
see it in
footage?
my mind.
Yeah.
And
by
I was
seeing
like,
that
yeah,
video,
this
you
is
know?
legitimately...
Especially the second plane hitting.
Oh, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, because that's the most
It
footage
just
is of the
slides
second.
in.
There's only
Because
like-
everyone's
horrible.
switched on after
Yeah,
that.
only
yeah.
if you have the first.
There's like one clear shot of the first
Yeah,
one.
there's some
Because someone just
awkward-
happened to be filming.
But then-
heard a
home
noise.
video.
But like
Yeah.
them falling, the towers collapsing
Oh.
upon themselves is
The thing is, what-
awful
there's-
because they
there's-
just
There was more than those two though, because there was a plane that hit the Pentagon.
there was one that hit the Pentagon,
and
then
there
there's
was
United 93,
Yeah,
which
which
got passengers brought that
retook
down.
over
Yeah.
and crashed into
Or
the
they
ground.
shut it down. You don't know.
They go through that in the
See, that's one of
documentary.
the more credible conspiracies
Yeah,
of the
'cause
whole thing.
Wait,
Cheney-
they shot
Yeah.
it. There's a theory that they shot that
Well,
one.
they
'cause
say
they
the
give the order.
passengers fought over the plane
Yeah.
and it ended up crashing in their fight
Yeah.
with the terrorists, right? One of the conspiracies is that they weren't going to let it hit another plane hit something. They shot it down.
So in the
Yeah.
documentary,
Yeah.
because it's like Bush is in it, Cheney's in it, the whole
Yeah.
chief of staff and all
Yeah.
of his. They talk about how Dick Cheney gave the order to basically if there's any planes that look like they're going off course of that, shoot them down.
Damn.
And then like then they say in the documentary like because it happens and then like a plane goes down and then they're all figuring out. It took them like an hour to figure out, did we shoot that down? Was that us?
Oh my God.
And then they found out that apparently the plane was down before the order was even given.
Okay.
That's what they
'Cause
said. But that's what
we
I
don't
mean,
know.
obviously
Where
this
was
is a
that
bias.
one
This is a
heading?
documentary
Yeah.
Where was
from
that one? The one that they
The White House.
the White House or the
Yeah.
Capitol.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Capitol building. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, they're all right next
Yeah,
to each
yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either one of them. Which,
So,
I mean, the White House would make the most sense.
yeah, so it's like,
But
would they have
imagine-
shutting it down? Maybe. Makes a better story to say passengers were heroes.
But like,
I mean, they
even
were.
if they,
but,
if they did shoot it down,
yeah, I mean,
it's-
there's no problem with
yeah,
that,
there's no.
really.
It's sad, but
Yeah,
it's like
if it was hijacked.
it would have been
it's
more deaths.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
what all 40 people died, but like how you don't know how many
Like
would have
close
died
to
if it-
3,000 died that day.
Oh, well, once the plane's
it's-
hijacked, the hijackers have done the murder.
Yeah.
You know, that's
You can't
the
stop
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Because like
It's horrible, yeah.
you can try to get it back, but at the end of the day,
What I-
they shoot the pilot.
What I found
Yeah.
out about like obviously the site now is the waterfalls that they have in like the pits drown out all the sound of the street, so it's actually like a very quiet place.
Oh, I didn't
right?
know
Like,
that.
so yeah, the
at Ground
waterfall,
Zero.
that's all you hit. The ground zero where the two buildings
Yeah.
were, because they've got like waterfalls that.
Yeah.
It's like a
like-
feature. It's a memorial feature now.
Mm.
So around the edge, they've got all the names, and if they served like if it was like firefight or something, they've got all the names of
it's
like
crazy how
they've got the
many-
names of like the people like from each station together. The officers, they're all together. So like there was a quote from someone it's like, so whoever they sat to next to worked with or something, they're all together still.
Yeah.
So like each company, like they're all
horrible, yeah.
together. But yeah, I
'Cause,
found out like the waterfalls were like intentionally so it drowns out the sound of all the cars because New York's quite
Yeah,
busy and
yeah.
loud as you can imagine. So yeah,
Well,
I
that's
saw
really- that's
that
actually
one.
quite
Because
nice.
like footage of them collapsing and being on the ground and seeing the rubble, the ash.
Yeah, seeing
wherever they
people,
plow.
the
It's
teams of people
terrifying.
creating the like factory line of people bringing empty buckets and full buckets back, and
Just like people, like
it's
the people that
insane.
were.
Even just seeing people that happen to
It's-
like just get the dust cake, like like these are like
oh yeah, streets away.
people, but like there's like pictures of like
They- there's
African American people, and they literally look paler than like any of us would. Like they just caked in like so much dust.
There's like
Ash.
they have shots of the city, like it's like a extreme wide, like you see whole of New York City. It just looks like the whole city's on fire.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's just dust and
Yeah,
smoke
it's just-
everywhere.
It's horrible.
Horrifying stuff.
I've also been watching.
I was just going to say, just on the 9/11, just while we're on that, just to bring it back to like a movie focus. Have any of you seen that Robert Pattinson film? Remember Me?
Apparently,
No.
it's really bad.
It's not very good. No, it's not. The whole
No.
movie, I'm pretty sure, is just like a romance movie.
I thought it was one they just threw that in at
They
the
did.
end.
They did.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
It's
really?
just it's a romance movie. Like it's
They-
all
oh,
about
he's
their
in the-
love.
he's in-
And then he
that's
goes off
terrible.
at the end of the movie. I'm going off to work. Bye bye.
Oh my
and he
God.
walks into the Twin Towers,
That's-
and that's how the movie.
Oh,
The only
I
connection.
heard about that.
Horrible.
It's not
Ends.
actually about it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
horrible. I did love
It's like using it as a heartthrob.
Yeah, they use
Yeah.
it as like a tragic ending.
And it makes you- I mean, you cry. I cried.
I did love Extremely Loud, Incredibly Close. That's an
I
excellent
haven't
movie.
seen that
It's
one.
an excellent movie.
The
Absolutely
Walk's
love
also
it.
good. It's not
think
really
I know that
about
one.
9/11, but it's about Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who plays the guy who walked on the trapeze between the two towers.
Mm.
That's
Oh,
a good
okay.
movie. Robert Zemeckis. We like Robert Zemeckis.
That's
we
a
do.
lighter note,
we,
isn't it?
we very much like him.
I've been watching a show I've already seen before, but I'm not sure if I've really talked about it that much on the show. It's called You. We've all seen You.
Oh yeah.
My dad and my sister love
Dude,
You.
it's great.
We haven't seen.
Oh,
you.
You's awesome.
I haven't seen
You
it
is
either.
awesome.
It's like it's this guy and like
I saw. This just before you give the premise. This is something I just cannot wrap my head
oh,
around.
it's the best because like he's someone that should be
In a
a
hospital.
every other. He should be in a hospital. He's a sociopath. He like jerks.
Obsessive.
it's fucked.
He
It is
sees
fucked.
a
It's
girl in
all
a
about a
bookshop.
stalker, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a stalker.
He sees
Yeah.
a girl in a bookshop and he becomes obsessed with her. He finds out where she lives. He goes and watches her. He learns her whole day routine. He
Tries because he just wants her.
he just wants her and but when he's in situations where he's about to get caught, you're rooting for him not to get
Yeah,
caught.
I know. You
Yeah.
really just.
He's
'Cause
so
you just wanna
He's the
see how many-
protagonist.
Is it just because you want to see how he can one up
no,
himself?
he's so charismatic.
Yeah,
You
he
actually
is.
like
It's Penn
him.
Badgley.
Like to the
I mean,
audience, or like to
Yeah.
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 Because the whole thing, he's giving a voiceover as well. The whole film,
Right,
it's
yeah.
incredible. It's like I'm more impressed. Like as a show and writing a story, it's fine.
Well, is
Yeah.
he hurting anyone with his stalking?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he's murdering people.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, it's just harmless
he
stalking.
kills people who he sees as a threat to
Yeah.
come in between him and
How
her.
many
Oh.
seasons of this are there?
There's two.
Two.
and
Third one's coming out.
October 15th.
I
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I,
So
that's
like,
how you
you've
get
got
me.
on board.
Watch it. It's really good. It is. It's actually, and
what-
the season 2 takes a turn as
Netflix?
well.
Yeah, Netflix. What's more like impressive to me is like how they make me root for this bloke because like
He is the
You should- you
protagonist.
feel
he's the
like
protagonist,
Hearing,
but
hearing
he's-
this, it doesn't sound like you want to root for this guy. Like, obviously, he's being very, very shit.
you know Breaking Bad, how you're watching is like it's a villain, but you're watching it as like the hero story. But like the thing with Breaking Bad is like he's doing it for his family and that.
Exactly.
Imagine that, but he doesn't have that at all. He's just a bad guy.
He is a bad guy. It's
Breaking
kinda
Bad
weird 'cause
has
I
the
guess-
character development of he's a guy who's down on his luck. He's found this thing. You're watching his struggles, and then he eventually becomes the bad guy.
Yeah.
Whereas this, he's just the bad
The
guy.
problem is that he's so charming, and then you try to rationalize it. Or like,
He
but he really
rationalizes
just really
everything
loves
and he
her.
gets you on
just-
board.
He just really loves her. That's why he's doing it.
He's
He
just like,
he's doing it for the right
Like,
reasons.
he'll do something really bad and he goes, "But I had to do it." He's just like,
He's like, yes, you did.
It's just like,
yes, you did.
It's like, you know, fair enough, fair enough,
Yeah.
Joe.
You get her.
So yeah, it's
Or him.
I
Moses is
can't-
like a book nerd.
I can't get behind this thing
I'm-
at all.
I'm-
Yeah, but you gotta watch it to give it a shot.
I'm gonna give it a go.
You get hooked.
Something I did start watching is Only Murders in the
I started
Building.
watching it too.
Isn't it great?
I'm so
It's so-
I haven't
it's
seen
just-
episode 4 yet.
I don't think
I've seen
it's
episode
like-
4. I haven't seen episode 5.
It's not the greatest show in the
Yeah, I was
world,
gonna
but
say
it's a
not
lot
like
of fun.
a genius. It's just fun.
Yeah.
It's easy for me to watch.
Steve
I
Martin's
love
great.
watching Steve Martin and Martin Shaw. I love them both.
They're just like I don't know. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
And I quite enjoy it. Like
It's a fun show.
it is, and I'm really liking like little twists and stuff.
It's on Disney. It's on Disney
And
Plus.
Holly from The Office pops up.
So you don't Disney Plus. You can watch
Yeah,
that.
I can
one.
jump on that. Still got Steph.
Selena
Yes.
Gomez, Steve Martin, Martin Short,
Steve Martin
the
Shaw.
whole gang. They're in it.
Yeah, we're
Just
excited.
like
I still haven't
if
watched
you-
it.
Like if you just put those three names in front of me, I'm like,
Steve Martin,
Right.
Martin Short.
and Selena Gomez. Like if you put those names in front of me, it's like, all right, what do you reckon? I'll be like, I don't know, but it works.
Oh, so Shawshank again.
Oh yeah, I watched it again too.
I did also see it again.
I have not.
I actually found I enjoyed it more the second time.
Yeah, I did too, actually.
Yeah,
Noticing more things about it.
didn't feel like it was as long as the first time I saw it.
Still too many flashbacks.
Still a lot of fucking flashbacks, but I started to.
Second half is not as good as the first half as well.
It's very different. It's a very different movie.
I
It
like
very
the
much
second
becomes a
half.
different movie.
But like, you lose all the cool martial arts stuff.
Yeah, you don't
That's
get the
true.
hand-to-hand.
That is true. That's
Like-
true.
And the bus and the skyscraper sequence are still the best parts of the movie.
Yeah.
I did have it.
It's got the Mission Impossible 4 effect, where like the best part of that film happens halfway through the film, so the rest of the film isn't like.
Feels like it is.
Yeah, it feels like we peaked
dipped.
already, so like the rest of this movie's just.
I just
gonna go
happened.
I
down.
still cried the
I
second
stumbled
time.
upon today the main actor. Is it Simu? Or
Oh,
Simu.
his stock
Simu.
photos.
No.
Those are the
He
best.
did like a what is it? GQ.
He's on the cover of Men's Health.
No. It's like my top 10 essentials, and he's got the Jordans he wears in the bus scene.
Yeah.
like
Oh,
he nicked them
nice.
from set, and it's one of his essentials.
Hell yeah, I
'cause
would
he's,
too.
he's still wearing them at the end of the film. I'm just like, he's got his Jordans on still.
Yeah, I was going to say, I love the fact that his costume is straight up just his jeans and his Jordans
Also, his costume when like
with the
they have-
armor.
torso,
torso.
because he has the costume. They give him the torso, and it's like, this is for you to wear.
Yeah.
Like, man, dragon scales and shit thing. He's like, okay. And the sleeves conveniently are cut off here though.
Yeah.
So it's almost like he can have some rings on his arm.
Yeah, it's a very short sleeve. It's a 3/4. What do they call them? Baseball
Yeah.
tee.
Yeah,
that sort of
baseball
So
thing.
very convenient.
Yeah, not super protective, is it?
What his sister's is long sleeve.
I do also love every time that it cuts to the dad and the dad's in a suit. The suit sleeves are all rolled up,
Yeah.
and it's just such a weird look. I'm here for it. I love it.
And Awkwafina still, there's more moments I've noticed where she understands Chinese where she shouldn't.
Yeah, no.
Especially at the end where he's like, aim for the throat. I'm just like,
So
and then she aims and she's like, oh.
I was sort of reading into that a lot more this time around. I'm kind of okay with
No.
it.
Yeah, I'm okay
No,
with it
because
too.
because she 100% gives off the vibe of someone who is completely downplaying herself.
No,
in
but
every
Ronnie
way.
Chang literally starts talking to her, like greeting into it, and she's like, "Oh, not good with, like, I'm not good at
Yeah.
Chinese."
Yeah, I
So-
think she just wanted to basically save herself. She probably just figured like it's easier for me to speak English. I prefer. She probably
See,
prefer.
that's
No,
like-
I feel
this-
like-
that's
I feel
you
like-
guys reaching. To
I feel
come
like-
up with that explanation.
I feel like that time was the movie being like, we don't want this whole scene in subtitles.
but then you
for
know
the
what?
Western
That's
audience.
still stupid.
Yeah.
That's even worse. That's not
I
like
don't-
that's fine then for the rest of this stuff to these
I
plot
don't
holes to
like
happen
that.
after. You don't do that. Like that's just like, I'm sorry, but you guys are just giving these-
Continuity.
Do the-
person.
Yeah.
Be like, no.
I'm
just
just
You guys
happy
are just
that-
like making up these.
just do the
excuses.
whole scene in Chinese.
It just doesn't bother. Yeah, I would
Like they're
prefer
trying to
the
have
whole
their cake
films
and
in
eat it too.
Chinese.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing, and it just doesn't work.
It just wasn't a plot hole that bothered me all that much, though.
I'm just like at the end, and she goes, "Oh, I don't understand this," and then he gives this big. Someone,
Hello.
someone gives this big like speech to her about like, you know, I don't know, it's like a character development
Yeah.
moment, and they do it in Mandarin, and she doesn't understand it apparently.
Yeah.
but it resonates with her. She's like,
Yeah.
it's just like, and then at the end where they're like, aim for the throat of this big thing, and she goes, "Oh."
This makes me more interested in the film. Alex is so passionate about this.
No, it's just like because it's my one issue with the film, and it's so apparent.
Yeah.
and it's so
it's a shame.
It's a shame.
It's
It's a shame.
All right,
Jesus
moving
Christ.
on.
it's time for the new segment.
That's new.
Classic call
I
out.
hate
What is that from? That
First time I heard it.
that sounds so familiar.
No,
that
that's
noise.
not. That's just YouTube.
I'm here for
Audio
it.
library.
I honestly, I was having the same thought process. I was like, we just need an old timey jingle. That's all we need.
I hate you because I've heard that thing so many times.
Classic call outs, ladies
on
and
again.
gentlemen. Classic call outs is a new segment for the show in which we devised a list of films considered classics that none of the five of us have ever seen. The first one was Network. It was a very dark comedy about a television network.
Comedy.
And now, the second week of this program, we've got The Goonies, because none of us have seen
What a
it.
total.
Everyone I talked to in the past week who I said I had never seen Goonies and we're watching Goonies, they were like, you haven't seen Goonies?
It's almost like we're doing this segment.
It's almost like it was a childhood movie of people who were alive in the 80s and not us.
Exactly.
Indeed.
And yeah, I said it before, but I realized when I started watching this, I've always confused this film with Holes. Disney's Holes.
Oh, really?
I've always just confused the two. I haven't seen either of them. And so every time I was just expecting a movie about kids digging holes, and that's not that's not what I
Was
got.
as kids searching through holes.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Where's the
basically.
digging?
Like
I
I had
waiting.
no idea what it was going to entail. I just thought it was going to be like a little group of
Same, yeah.
like misfits,
Like Sandlot.
If
something
you
like
could
that.
say
like
to the-
Stand By Me sort of thing. Like,
Yeah.
they're going to go on like their own personal thing because then they start talking about like how they're all not going to be together. And
Yeah,
stuff
they're all
and
going to be
stuff.
moving apart.
So
and
it's like
stuff.
I was like, oh, they're going to go on like a little Stand By Me adventure or something. Are they going to find a dead
Well,
body?
one
and
of the
poke it
people
to-
is from
That's
Stand By Me.
Yeah,
that's what I was
they-
expecting.
They do find a dead body.
Man,
or
if
two.
you could have seen
skeletons.
the look on my face when he starts looking through the pirate book, and I am like, oh,
Is
this
this
is a pirate
It's a
adventure.
pirate
For a
movie.
second, I was even like, are they going to go back to pirate times? Are we going to go back to pirate times? we didn't go back to pirate times, but we got pirate treasure.
I felt the 80s magic with this one.
It was very
This
80s.
This is one of those films where it was just like, I was so engrossed in like this kid's adventures. I was like, I like all the kids. Of course, Data's the best.
I was about to say
funny.
the star of this movie is Data.
Data's
Come
Yeah.
on.
amazing.
My God.
When he
From-
saves himself with
from,
his teeth clappers.
Yeah.
from the intro
Sweet
of
shoes.
Data during the car
Yeah,
chase
what
at the
is he-
start.
He shoots the belt.
Where he shoots and just brings himself, and like it's so wacky and fun. It's so innocent
When
and
he
wholesome.
when he zip lines between the
Zip
two
lines
houses.
between the
Yeah.
houses.
the screen door.
It's like, oh, Data's been here again.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's you know, when everyone talks about the first It film and like Stranger Things, they go, it's Goonies, like, you know,
Yeah.
they're
Now
got
I
the
get
Goonies
it.
vibes.
Yeah, I
and
get
now
it.
you're watching, you go, this is great.
I made a joke while Michaela and I were watching it when they're all on the bikes going along. I was like, oh, it's just like Stranger Things.
You got Josh Brolin in
Josh
it.
Brolin
It
in
took me
it.
so long to
Oh,
realize
yeah.
it was
So
him.
His
when I-
first
ev-
role.
Is it his first role?
First role.
Right.
Every kid sold me. Like the first time we see, I'm going to say the fat kid, the
Chunk.
food one.
Chunk.
Yeah, when he
Chunk.
eats the pizza against the window and the milkshake.
Yeah, he spills the
Oh,
milkshake.
God, I
Because you
love
got Sean
that.
Astin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sean
Sean
Astin's
Astin,
like,
I know. He does. He
That's
looks the
the
same.
He looks
older,
the
he's the
exact
more
same.
famous actor that's very young.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell? It's
Because
so
you got
weird.
Corey Feldman as
Feldman.
Mouth, you
Yeah.
got Data, you got Chunks, you got Mikey, and you got
Brand.
Brand.
So
Brand.
the other
too.
kid that had me liking him is the bad kid. What's his name with the comb?
Mouth.
Mouth.
Yeah.
Corey
There's
Feldman,
the
yeah.
early scene with him doing Spanish interpreting.
Oh,
yeah.
And it's an
marijuana goes in
80s
here, the
yeah.
cocaine
goes
goes
in
in
there.
It's an
Everything's
Everything's
80s
in the
movie. When they suggest she's coming, I'm like, oh, this is going to be some crappy
This is gonna be
slapstick.
super
that's-
racist slapstick
Yeah,
stuff.
racist towards the Spanish lady. She's, that it's going to be gibberish. No, he speaks fluent Spanish.
Yeah, that's
it's not.
the best
That's
part.
not the part.
Yeah.
I did not expect
Yeah.
that to be the joke.
You
I
think
was
it's
just
going to
like,
be broken Spanish, and
Yeah.
that's the joke.
Don't go up there so she keeps her listening.
Yeah, he fluently just tells her there's drugs everywhere. It's beautiful.
Just that when they're
Yeah.
going through the house, it's like, oh yeah, if you don't do a good job, she's gonna lock you in here for
And
2
then
days.
and the
it
joke-
comes back at the end when she's saying "Don't sign, don't sign."
Oh,
and he-
yeah.
in Spanish, and he picks up on it.
Yeah.
And what is it? As she said, Mum's going to lock you in there. She's like, okay. That got me.
The head of the Fratellis was the woman from Throw Mama from the Train. She was the mum. in Throw Mama from
What?
the-
Crickets. One of the brothers.
Hold on,
was-
have you not seen Throw Mama from the Train?
No.
One
No
of-
idea what
one
that
of the
is.
I don't want to
brothers
throw
was Joe
Mama from the train.
Pantoliano.
That sounds
From what?
awful.
One of them's Joe Pantoliano. He's from The Fugitive. He's the chief in all
There's
the bad
a
boys
Matrix
films.
guy in it.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
Cypher.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it. It's
yeah.
Cypher.
I
from
will
Matrix.
say
which
something
one?
that annoyed
the
me.
one that was in jail or the other one?
The other one.
Something that did annoy me though was that when they held out the newspaper that said Fratelli's at it again, they put an apostrophe and there shouldn't be an apostrophe. That's fine.
That's just the town's newspaper.
Hey, babbity boops.
Yeah, but then I
yeah,
like the opera.
definitely
Sorry,
is young, like teenager.
You can tell
Yeah.
who like the
To
teenage
murder.
crush of every guy in the 80s was going to be. That
Oh.
was Andy.
Straight
like,
up.
You could tell like every
Where's
kid
Andy?
in it.
Legitimately, this film was so
Not for
as
kids.
kid friendly as what I was
Yeah.
imagining it was. And I 100% get why everyone got so behind it back in the 80s, because kids could watch this movie and their parents would let their kids watch this movie, and the kids swear and
Yeah,
do all this
it
stuff.
was one of those kind
but
of
they're
South
super
Parky-
mature as well.
South Parky feel where the kids are realistic.
Yeah.
Like, kids swear because they know they're not allowed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we think of Sloth?
Sloth, second favorite character behind Data.
Yeah.
He is so charming,
Yeah.
and he's just like the animatronics on him are great.
I was
Yeah, the
The,
ear,
the little ear, the ear
yeah.
movements.
I was incredibly terrified where the film was going to go.
Yeah,
with
I
it.
was worried
Yeah, I
too
was
because I'm like,
wondering if it
he's
was
a
gonna be
human.
very-
I
I'm
was
like, that's it.
very worried.
He's human. He's not.
I was like, this is going to be
not a creature.
super
No, he's not.
problematic.
He's not.
They what is it? They because when the mum's trying to like cut I know bring him back. He's just like, I may have dropped you once or and he's just putting like touching the side of his face like, oh right.
Oh god.
Like you can
I
honestly
just
tell,
like
like,
him
not a
and
good mum.
Chunks as a little duo.
Yeah,
the
Like,
duo-
you come live with me.
the duo's great. It's very
like,
wholesome.
I love you, Chunks. I love you.
Yeah.
I'm glad it took a wholesome turn and it wasn't it wasn't very problematic. I was very relieved.
It was like everything you thought was going to be
Exactly.
problematic.
I was just like,
It was fine.
oh
The two
god.
things,
Yeah.
I was expecting super racism and super this
the
and
two
super
things
that.
I'd seen before is A's the truffle shuffle because I've seen it like parodied and stuff.
I've
And,
seen a
like,
gif of it.
Yeah, it's
I've seen
Trouble,
like
Trouble.
I've seen it parodied in like Family Guy and stuff.
Yeah.
And I had seen like Sloth as like a character. I never knew what movie it was from, but I've
Right.
seen like the image, like an
Yeah, I
image
feel
and
like
stuff.
I've seen him
it's
before.
looked familiar. Yeah.
I just like Sloth. I thought he was so endearing.
Yeah, I thought
I like
thought
the
the
That
film was-
he's been in Family Guy or something.
yeah.
Sloth for sure. Yeah.
I just like the fact that this is
Family
just
Guy's
like
done
Oh, the fish heads they do. But that's Simpsons.
Yeah.
full, just like they're just like I don't know, pretty much like dungeon crawling and finding
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
When they find the full ship,
yeah.
like
I was not expecting a full shit.
I was like, this is pretty close to pirate times.
This is as close as I'm gonna
Yeah.
get.
And then they leave him the gold to respect. Like, you can't touch his gold.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It's
then
One-Eyed
they take
Willy,
it.
right?
One Eye Willie.
One-Eyed Willy.
And
So
they-
what would we all give it?
I gave
Well,
it 4.
first of all, I think the female, by the way, got the better option of the brothers when she went for that kiss in the dark. Also,
Oh yeah, with Sean Astin.
you know,
Yeah.
he's the young
I lost
heartthrob.
it. I
He's the
lost-
young heartthrob here.
I lost my shit when she said, "Look out for the hole," because I think he was standing in a hole.
Yeah, same. I was
lost
like, yes, they explained it.
It's
I
so
mean, imagining
good.
from her perspective,
Yeah.
like, oh, she's a little short.
Even
Like,
just like Josh
question
Brolin.
it.
Like,
Why is he shorter than me?
Yeah,
What's
she
going
didn't
on?
question
Even
it.
just
It's like,
so
oh,
funny.
he was probably standing
Even
in a
just
hole.
Brand's reaction, she was like, "What happened to your bracelet?" I don't wear a bracelet, and he just instantly knows who it was, and he's just like, "Oh, that little shit."
And they're just like, "Oh,
they
scam."
just play it off like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Even she's just like, "Hey."
Yeah, she
If
was
you
like-
keep doing those things to other girls, so you have no problems. Okay.
What a film.
So 80s like kid power fantasy.
yeah,
I'm here for it.
yeah.
Well, I'm down for 80s. 80s is such like
very
80s
It's a
fun
films like
time.
this. It's like they suck me in. They're
Can
just
we
like,
can we please mention Josh Brolin's outfit?
great.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, the
Oh, yeah.
workout sweats
He actually
with the
recreated
shorts
it.
over the
Yeah.
top.
He recently recreated it for an 80s theme party.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
beautiful.
What a beautiful person.
Here for it.
So 4.
4.
Michael?
I'll go 4 as well.
I'm sitting at the sort of like 3.5, 4.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd say 3.5.
I would say 3.5
great
as well.
family movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a blast with it.
It was much nicer than I expected.
Can
it
I
to
just
be.
very quickly say, while Alex is getting that up, I need 1 minute of your time, folks, because I didn't get what we've been watching. Throw Mama from the Train is Billy Crystal and Danny DeVito. And
Okay,
he's
you got
teaching a writing course. Billy Crystal is a professor at a writing course. Danny DeVito is a student, not a very good writer. And he comes up with this idea that, like, Billy Crystal's going through a divorce, kills Billy Crystal's wife, and says, in exchange, you have to kill my mum. And so he stays at his mum's
Okay.
house with Danny DeVito, who's also still living with his mother. And his mother is just the most annoying person ever. And it's Billy Crystal being like, I'm not going to kill your mother. But then slowly coming across like, oh, she's really annoying. Like, how do you live with her? It's a comedy.
I'm just
Anyway.
imagining Michael's hand going for the mute and then hearing Danny DeVito stuffing and then just going back for it again after another
That
second.
sounded like she was finishing up on her
It's like,
talk. So.
That's all I had to say. That's
I
Throw
put the
Mama from the
bodyguard
Train.
in there, by the way.
Very nice. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, how this works now, we have the wheel of movie titles that we have not seen, and we're not going to share all of them. We're only going to share what we're watching next week so that you can watch along with us.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Can I get everyone? We know what to do in 3, 2, 1.
Spin
that wheel!
No, we're spinning. Here we go.
Got that.
Good pick up.
Yeah.
Good pick up. I love you. You're so horribly out of time with it.
We have a winner.
Here we go. What is it?
Midnight Cowboy.
Midnight
okay.
Cowboy.
Okay.
Don't know what
Dustin
that one is.
Hoffman.
I
okay.
do like Dustin Hoffman.
I'm excited.
Very excited.
Let's go.
Another one I've only ever heard the name of. Have
Yeah,
no idea what
I
it's
got no
about.
idea.
Midnight Cowboy from 1969.
Oh,
nice.
we love that.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
We're getting
It's-
further back, Michael.
It's a R18 rated, just under 2 hours long film.
Beautiful.
Joe, a newbie, struggles to survive on the streets of New York City along with the resilient outcast Ratso Rizzo. Gradually, the unusual pair evolves from devious business partners to best friends.
Okay.
I like it.
It's got John Voight in it.
Cool.
Oh, I like John Voight.
I like
John
John
Voight's
Voight.
fantastic.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I saw because South Park. George gets John Voight's car.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not Seinfeld. Did I say South Park?
Yeah, he says
Yeah.
Seinfeld, yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, okay.
It
My
wasn't-
mind
it
went to
wasn't that
South
John
Park,
Voight.
though, too.
It wasn't
Huh?
that John Voight, though, was it? It was just some guy called John Voight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I watched the episode the other day when Mr. Garrison invents his own transportation device.
Yeah.
And it's,
It's still better than the airlines.
it's just like Randy's just like, yeah, we put these leathers on the side so I didn't have to push up the thing in my ass and put.
Yeah. Wait, you can do that?
Anyway,
So next week we have to have seen Midnight Cowboy.
Midnight Cowboy.
Easy
Finally.
peasy, lemon squeezy.
All right, everyone, it's time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the trailer game. If you're new to the trailer game, you don't know the rules yet. Christian, you might need a refresher. Here you are.
Thank you.
Basically, what happens is I have 3 films and the 3 film trailers and the audio only. What's going to happen is I'm going to play the audio, and our contestants here, Michael, Braden, Christian, Steph, they're going to buzz in, and the first one to buzz in gets to answer. If they answer it wrong, then I continue playing the trailer, and then they can't answer again. Sorry, when you guys move around, I
Yeah.
lose focus. And I can't, like, basically, you get one answer until everyone's had
If you
their
bing,
first
you get it
answer.
wrong, you're out for that round.
Yeah, got it. All right.
I'm going to wait for Braden to sit down.
Well, totally should be a version of this game where you play the entire movie's audio and we have to get it. Yeah, like the entire movie.
That could be a thing. If that'd be
It's one that
better.
has like 10-minute
It
opening
wouldn't be the
credits with
trail-
music.
It wouldn't be the trailer. I wouldn't be the audio only. I'd probably get a screen for that and put the actual movie on.
Oh, that would be cool also, yeah.
They do that on TikTok. That's a TikTok thing.
Oh, okay.
So we get like the opening shot, and then if someone can get it from the opening shot.
Yeah, some people can get it from the music and the and the opening logos.
Oh
so.
my god! Do
that
we want a
could-
score refresher?
Yeah.
Score refresher.
Everyone, Alex and Braden are on 2. Steph is on 5. Michael's on 7, and Chris is on 8.
Oh,
And I
okay.
haven't been here for a month.
I know.
Dude, there was a week you weren't here. You
Oh,
weren't
I already
here.
told. Don't worry, I already told him.
It was
you
rough.
weren't here for the Sicario and Stand By Me week.
Okay,
I wasn't here
okay.
either.
It was rough
It
stuff.
was bad.
I couldn't think of the name of Stand By Me. A movie I
tough one.
quite enjoy.
Cannot believe
I
that.
could picture the film and everything in my head.
There's a song in the movie called Stand By Me.
Are you ready?
All
It
right.
was a bad time.
Ladies and gentlemen, trailer 1. They've all got a thing in front of them.
Excellent. I'm very prepared.
As always.
Long.
Ooh,
You want one? It's 8:15 a.m.
Jesus!
Horrible bosses. Yeah.
My God!
I've watched that trailer so many times.
Okay.
I've seen it so many times.
All right.
I'm
That's
I'm
almost as
desperate
good
here.
as Chris's
Yeah, that
Star
was
Wars
a-
guess.
I am
Yeah.
desperate here. I need to catch up. I'm 3 points behind a tie.
Sorry, what I tried to do, you guys killed it, was that I clicked that first, just to get into it, and I was going to be like, after 2 seconds, all right, get ready, it will start straight away.
And we were already
Yeah,
But
having
you guys just started talking.
Sorry.
Here we go.
I wanted to spend the rest of my life here.
Jack. An object came down in 1-7.
Got it. On my way. 60 years ago, Earth was attacked. We won the war.
Edge of Tomorrow.
But they destroyed half the planet. Everyone's been evacuated. Nothing human remains. Our job is security and drone maintenance. We're the mop-up crew.
Is it the Tomorrow War?
Let's see.
Oblivion.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my
What
God!
It's obscure Tom Cruise film.
I was just trying to think of Tom Cruise
And
films.
you know what? It's perfect, because I really wanted someone to guess Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I literally went, no, we've already done Edge of Tomorrow. That's got to be that.
Yeah.
And then immediately after, I was
I,
like,
I was
the
literally
Clone
about
Is
to
it
press
bad?
the buzzer and you buzzed in.
It's not bad, it's fine.
Decent
I've never
movie.
seen it.
Good twist.
You haven't seen
fun
it?
twist.
Yeah,
Good
fun
job
movie.
for guessing it.
Well, I just
Ladies
had
and-
Tom Cruise's voice. I was like, all right, well, what movies is Tom Cruise in?
Ladies and gentlemen, this has resulted in a tie.
Ooh.
Michael and Chris both on 8. Steph on 6. Here we go.
I'm tired with you.
Yeah, we are a little tight.
Oh, you know, we're talking, and it's natural, and the second trailer's going to start in any second.
Third trailer.
I'm a petty officer, Shane.
Can he sing?
Can you say it?
Mr. Patton, please.
Come on. Been around the world twice. Talked to everyone once. There ain't nothing I can't do. No sky too high, no sea too rough. But a lot of lessons in my life.
Lone Survivor.
Well done.
Damn.
Fantastic film.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
I haven't
Amazing.
seen the movie.
Christian is in the lead again.
There we have it,
Back
folks.
up. Just proving why he's the best at this game.
At the end of that round, we have Alex and Braden still on 2. We have Steph jumping up to 6. Michael jumping up to 8, and Chris jumping up to 9.
Number 9.
All right.
Yes.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Well, we all shared the love that
good.
round, except for
Good.
sorry, Braden.
That's all right. That's what I do.
You got to guess it.
We were worried for a
What about
second.
I did get a guess in.
And Alex.
I get points if you guys don't guess it at all.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Smash.
How many
that
points
one
have you
week.
got?
2.
When were
Both
they?
from the boat.
Both that one
I
week.
couldn't
because
guess
they
it.
used
Five
Karen
minutes.
instead of
One week,
me.
yeah.
Nice.
They got Temple of Doom though.
Okay. Yep.
After I got
After
it
a
wrong.
back and
Oh my
forth.
god, we didn't do finance with Alex. did we?
I am out to watch. Oh,
I was wondering if you just hadn't prepared it, and I wasn't going to bring it up.
Yeah, I was going to say, same.
I was so excited for the trailer game.
I just got to quickly say, I'm out to watch Temple of Doom again now because short round.
Yeah,
Because it's Data.
that's my favorite Indiana Jones
Yeah.
film. All right, let's quickly smash through this. All right, at number 5, this hasn't updated. Update, there we go. At number 5, we have Jungle Cruise in the 7th week at the box office. It made $2.3 million, 41.9% drop off from last week. It's currently made $169.6 million worldwide of a $200 million budget, sitting on a 63 and a 92 for Rotten Tomatoes. Candyman at number 4, 3rd week at the box office, $4.7 million for that weekend. Had 33.8% drop off. 53.8% drop off from last week. $61.4 million worldwide of a $25 million budget. Currently sitting at 85 and 75 Rotten Tomatoes. Maligan is the new one for this week. James Wan directed horror film. First week at the box office, $5.4 million. No drop off. $14.7 million worldwide of a $40 million budget.
Okay.
Currently sitting on 76 critic and a 51 audience.
Interesting.
Free Guidance, 5th week at number 2. $5.5 million, 37.2% drop off from last week. $276.2 million worldwide for $125 million budget, sitting at 82 and a 95.
Keep on going, Free Guy.
And at number 1, we have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Jesus.
Second week of the box office, $34.7 million, 54% drop off from last week. $256.5 million worldwide of a $150 million budget, 92 on Rotten Tomatoes for critic and 98 audience.
Damn. Very nice. If it wasn't too much effort for you, you should edit the all the math equations coming up on the screen as you read all that out.
Yeah.
I'll-
That's good. The confused meme.
All right, and we have a little update for the box office draft. Alex is killing it.
Raiden.
Anyway, Braden at number 5 with $211 million. Obviously, Free Guy still your hitter with $101 million.
Yep.
Chris at number 4 with 214. So it's a $3 million difference.
Oh, Free Guy. Come on. Get another week out.
Corello's still your big hitter. At number 3, it's Michael with $369 million.
Nice.
Plus 9. Number 2, it's Steph with Black Widow being a big hitter. She's got 376. Number 1, Itami.
Very nice.
I don't think I'm going to make 7 million.
Quiet Place is still the big hitter.
Still.
Yeah. Only a couple mil off.
Okay.
437.
Damn.
So, yeah, there's about a $70 million difference.
Cool. All right.
Very
That's-
nice.
that's
Yeah,
it.
he smashed it.
Ladies and
He's not
gentlemen.
catching up.
Imagine the Suicide Squad hit big.
Oh, dude, if it did, it would have been
Imagine that.
bonkers. You would have hit that $500 million.
Smoke.
Smoked it.
Anyway,
That's right.
you can end the
I
show.
still want the
one of us going
worldwide
to end the show.
total.
That is episode 100.
We've got to do someone who's on the screen.
Chris,
I see.
do you
That
know
has
the outro?
been
It's been a while.
Episode 1, 2, 3. Make sure to follow us on all the podcast services of your choice. Braden, cut in with that.
Very nice. And you can find it on anchor.fm/millennial movie talk. That's all your Spotify's and your Apple Music and all that jazz.
Yes, and I have been Christian.
Oh, wow. You skipped the whole video and everything.
I'm Steph.
I'm Alex.
Braden can come in and finish the intro.
Subscribe on YouTube and support us on patreon.com/millennial movie talk. And I'm Braden.
And we're out of here.